to what you did so well earlier in the season? Was this kind of a turn in that direction where some of the things that got you to 12-2 resurfaced?
Well, I think the biggest thing that I was most pleased with is, we missed a couple right at the rim. I thought Bryce had a great jump stop. I thought we, tried to play through him in the first. We did a better job of coming to a jump stop and playing under control in the paint, but we missed. We missed the shot. And then Connor missed a couple wide open ones that he's going to make, but we kept guarding, and that's what we were looking to get back to. It's obviously not always going to be pretty with this team, but if we guard like we did tonight, we're going to have a chance most nights that we step on the floor. So, even I thought, shots they made late, I thought were very well contested. That's a heck of a team. They're hard to guard. They run a lot of ghost and goblin type screens. Goblin, that's our term. You guys probably don't know what that is, but they run a lot of ghost type actions and slip out. So your communication has to be on point. And I thought we communicated well, and made enough stops to win. And Bryce was absolutely phenomenal there down the stretch. Raleigh hit a big one in overtime, stepping up, hitting that mid-range shot. And Bryce just we rode him all the way to the finish line. And I'm proud of our guys. We needed this one in a big way, and now we get an opportunity to go on the road and play two good teams and two good environments. And we got to get over this one quick. Put a game plan in tomorrow. Have a good day of practice on the travel day, and hopefully go out west and play well.
I know toughness has been a point of emphasis for you. Just how do you think you played in that regard?
Yeah, obviously they got a ton of offensive rebounds. It's what they do. They lead the nation in rebounding. And, I was disappointed in a couple of those where we didn't finish off the possession. I think White had 5 offensive rebounds at halftime, 5 of their 10. Those other guys we did a pretty solid job on. And then, second half, some of those 50-50 plays, we got to find a way to finish off those possessions. But again, I thought we kept playing. Some of the other ones we'd give up an offensive rebound and then give up an open three. We kept rotating and contesting, and again made a couple big stops late and got the ball to the right guy. We wanted to get the ball into Bryce's hands, and I thought he made a couple phenomenal plays.
I got a sense of relief just in the locker room after the game, just the guys getting that winning feeling again and getting some momentum back.
It wasn't crazy in there. Guys obviously very happy. I'll tell you this, winning sure as hell beats losing. It's much. But I did think it was a business-like approach. The guys know that we have to get over it quickly. If we don't, it's going to affect us in our game at Oregon, and it's not going to be pretty. You got to let it go. You can't have a hangover effect. And, like I said, we'll put a game plan together. We'll do some station work tomorrow. We can't put a lot of impact on their bodies with the overtime game. But we got to get over this quick. And then everybody's got to be ready. Braxton's going to have to be ready on this trip. All of our guys. I thought Cale gave us a couple of really good minutes out there today. Gavin's got to be everybody. Aaron gave us good minutes, I thought, out there as well when Raleigh picked up his second foul. So, that's what it's all about, is going out there making winning plays when your name is called. And we had a lot of guys that made big plays over the course of that 45-minute game.
He's making those types of plays on offense, and Juwan is doing all the things that he did tonight. Is that kind of the catalyst for getting back to that identity that you had earlier?
Yeah, those two guys, they've helped us win a lot of games these last couple of years. And, Bryce was playing as well as anybody in the league when you look at the early portion of the non-conference schedule in the first couple games of league play. And I thought he got back to that tonight. And he was aggressive, and, he took his shots, no hesitation. I thought he guarded better. Out there, he rebounded. I think got 5 defensive rebounds. So, was just really pleased with Bryce and how he responded. We've had a tough couple days, and we knew how big this game was. For us to hopefully end this slide, and then it's important for us now after losing a couple of home games. At some point in these last 10, we're going to have to steal some road games. So again, get over it quick and hopefully go out there and play well and play with effort and give ourselves a chance.
The points off turnovers stat your way and only had 6 of them yourself. Just how crucial was that against I know they're a physical defense to handle the ball like you did.
Yeah, Boswell just take that damn thing from me. He's his physicality is unbelievable, and to be able to, I watched 4 clips this morning of him just taking the ball. I think it was a USC game. He just took it or attacked on a spin dribble, and we had 1 turnover at halftime. That's huge for us, especially when you're giving up second chance opportunities. For us to get turnovers, force turnovers, score off of them, and then limit those on the other end, that makes up for some of the offensive rebounds that they got, even out the possessions. And, it just, again, our guys had great activity. We talked about hands. And I thought we got a lot of deflections tonight.
Just the factor in perimeter defense, just holding them to 10 for 42 from three.
You know, the biggest thing is trying not to let them get downhill. And again, that's hard with this Illinois team. You know, that kid is an absolute wizard with the ball in his hands, and you know, pick and rolls and his size, and you know, finding guys in the paint and kick outs, spray outs. But you know, you got to have spirited contests. But more than anything, you know, we had a lot of square coverages today when they were slipping out of those screens, and for the most part, we executed. We had a couple miscommunications, but for the most part, I thought we did a good job of that.
Point guards and the lead guards, because you kind of went through several different bodies there. How did you think that position played tonight?
At the point, you said? Yeah, I thought we were really solid with you know, and everybody had a chance. Sam, you know, brought the ball up the floor for us, and we wanted to try to get Bryce in action. And you know, I thought he handled the ball well for the most part. But yeah, Raleigh, you know, I thought he ran the offense well. You know, they were daring him to shoot. I told him at halftime, you're going to have to step up and make one for us. He hit a big three, and then again made the big step up to get us, you know, get us our first basket in overtime. And you know, Aaron, at what do you have, 4 assists, I think, is what I saw. So yeah, I was very pleased with our lead guard play.
Can you talk about the minutes Sam's giving you? It just kind of feels like he's a second Juwan Gary out there that just does everything right and hustles.
Yeah, only about 8 inches shorter, but yeah, he does. Sam gives us unbelievable effort. He's a guy that you know, dives on the floor. He sticks his nose in there if there's a scrum. A lot of times Sam's coming out with it. It was good to see him step up and make a three without hesitation. You know, they went under him and he rose up and knocked that down. That was great. You know, a couple plays in the paint. I'd like him to spray that out when he gets in there, you know, as opposed to getting blocked. But he's always going to give us a great effort on the defensive end. And, you know, that's why we inserted him into the starting lineup. We needed that energy, you know, to hopefully flip it and get off to better starts, and we certainly did that tonight.
How would you assess your team's cohesion when Illinois made that run? You talked about managing the field again. Did you see progress in that area?
100%. Yeah, I thought our resiliency was much better. I thought handling adversity was much better. And it's tough when they made a couple of really good shots. You know, they're freshman 7. I mean, those shots he hit were tough, but that's what he does. He had 20 in the first half at Michigan State. I mean, the kid is a hell of a player, and you know, he's got length, and they ISO him at the elbow, and he can create for himself. And you know, he had a couple tough ones that sent it to overtime, but we didn't hang our heads. We found a way to regroup, which is hard to do when you give up a lead like that. And then they went out there and you know, did not let down. You know, we let down in the overtime at Iowa. We did not let down at all tonight, and that helped us get over the hump.
Not sure if it's the right term, but how much guts does it take to be able to, for the guys to keep their heads in this during this stretch and be able to see, you know, the end of it and be able to come out of it with a win eventually? Yeah,
no, it's a great question. You know, our guys, first time for everything. No, I'm just kidding. But what was it? I forgot what you said. And I do appreciate you coming on our trips. That means a lot to us. But
just how much guts it takes to be able to stick in it during this losing streak and be able to work your way out of it.
Yeah, and it is. You do get the, you know, the here we go again mentality, and you know, we found a way. You have the 10-point lead, they come back and tie it on a tough 3. And we never hung our heads, and that was the thing. You know, when you get in the huddle and you got eye contact and guys are talking to each other before we even get in there and start teaching, you know, that's growth. And again, it's all about preparation. I thought we had great days of prep, and that carried over the game tonight.
Last question. Yeah, big news yesterday with John Cook retiring.
Yeah.
Just what has he meant to you in the years that you guys?
Yeah, thanks for asking that, Amy. I meant to open actually with that, and you know, I actually went up to Coach Cook's office today and was able to talk to him and, you know, thank him for, it's been an honor, you know, working in the same athletic department as him. You know, I see him a lot of times. He'll be in the weight room and I'll be in there, and you know, we do an old man workout. He's doing his thing. I'm, you know, doing my thing. But you know, I always talk to him, and I've adopted a lot of things that he's done with culture. I think he's one of the best that there's been. You know, certainly in his sport and any sport, of creating a culture. When you have that many, you know, All-Americans and, you know, 5 stars and that type of thing, to get them all to mesh and the cohesion that he's been able to, you know, bring to those teams, the national championships, that is not easy to do when you have players like that. So just really thankful to have had the opportunity. You know, I'm certainly going to try to keep a relationship. We talked about playing golf, you know, once the weather turns and, you know, things slow down a little bit. And, you know, I'm certainly going to lean on him and continue to talk to him about a lot of things. I mean, very seldom do you get a chance to work with the greatest of all time in their sport. And I think John Cook's the greatest volleyball coach of all time. Thanks, guys.
Both players momentarily.